So this is what we're going to draw, and I want to show you a little bit about making thumbnail drawings before you design your actual drawing. So let's talk a little bit about what a thumbnail drawing is and how to use it. The idea here is for planning. So if you just dive in and start drawing your still life, you might end up with the flowers going off the page, or the lemon not being included, or the jar too big, or something like that. So the best way to do this is to draw a square or a rectangle. Now, if your paper is a rectangle, then draw a rectangle, because we call that proportion. We want that to be similar. So I'm going to go with a portrait style of size. Notice I didn't use a ruler. These are quick drawings, just a few minutes to draw each one of these. So let me just kind of wing it here. If this is my lemon, I'm going to go ahead and just give a basic idea. A little flatter on the bottom. There's a little nubby there. And then I have a little bit of a shadow here, so I'm going to try to be aware of the shadows too. So that's just a quick little drawing of my lemon. Behind the lemon, I'm going to kind of talk myself through this, is the jar, the glass jar. And so it tucks back behind here, and then it comes straight up each time. And then it comes in. I'm having a hard time today. Too much caffeine, I think, right? And then there's a lip or a neck. So the neck starts from this cylinder. Basically, it's a cylinder coming up. So I'm gonna see how I kind of got that cylinder in there, and that will help you keep it centered and everything. And it's just kind of basic, and it's not even correct all the way. So what happens, make sure you have an eraser with you if you don't have one on your pencil. The bottom of it is curved too. Okay, so, and then my flowers are going to come up, and I'm just going to kind of get the basic shape of the flower in. Remember I said if you don't plan this very well, a flower is going to go off the page. A flower just went off the page because there's another one that comes way up here. So, oops. So then my other stem comes way over here, and just quick, guess what? See? This is why you do thumbnails. This is why you plan. That's going off the page too. So that's kind of bad news. So let's try it again. So what that tells me is that I need to work a little smaller. Now, as you're working though, I want you to think about this negative space. You want to fill that. So you want to draw big so that you're filling the negative space. So let me plan it a little bit. So my jar top is here. My jar bottom's here. And maybe if I make the lemon go off the page, I didn't even get to this cup guy yet. This is the top. Then I'm going to have room for my flowers. I hope you can see that. I did it very lightly, but that kind of structured it in. It's like the stick figure before you draw the guy. So now I'm going to try this again. Let's see if I can get it better. Little nubby. Looking at the shadow here, I have this cast shadow. The shadows and the shapes of the shadows should be part of your composition. Now, my little red jar needs to come up a little bit. I'm just blocking things in. I'm not doing a lot of drawing. I'm just figuring it out. That's all you're doing here. A little ellipse, a cylinder, just like I did here. And my jar coming down, and that fits. Let's come through here with the curve of the stem is really nice. And notice I'm not doing the flowers like this. That's not what they look like. They don't look like that. I'm looking just very quickly. Now he's going to go off the page, and then the stem has another side to it, and I have these crinkly little petals because I picked this flower a couple days ago out of my garden. And then the stem comes, this should be part of your plant too. Now this other guy comes through, intersects, and then is the basic shape. It's all you need right now. And there's another side to the stem. And then there's this wee baby guy. and he's going to be way up here in the corner, and it's a little flower, down, down. So if I draw this one more time, you see it? If I draw this one more time, I want to show you what could happen if you get too small. You could draw your lemon down here, and this is probably what you'll end up doing the very first time you draw it. And then your little vase, or your little red, what is that, a little red bowl, I guess. It's a salsa bowl. And this cylinder for the jar, and then it comes out down here. I can look at my cast shadows. Oops, I forgot that up here, didn't I? It goes back there. Okay, good enough. So then this little guy, just a general shape for your flower, and then the other general shape for this flower, more leaves. Just doing a quick little, okay, and then this guy. So, and now I also have to, instead of having this float here, I might think about the back of the table for each of these. I should think about that. Okay, so what I want to make the point of is that there's a lot of negative space here. It's too small. It's not very interesting. When I got too close here, but when I get kind of just right, it's like the Three Little Bears, right? Too far away, too close, and just right. So look at this negative space in here. That's what you should be considering. What's not the still life, what's not the flower, what's not the bowl. See this negative space in here? Nice and interesting. It's broken up. I've got this V shape, I've got this long shape, and I have a big shape. Again, like the Three Little Bears, I have a small, a medium, and a large space. Here, it's all one space. It even wraps around here, so it's all one shape. Here, it got broken up a little bit, but I lost my flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it back so you can see it. And let me come over here to my final drawing page. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. And again, I'm still looking at my still life. Photographs are great. You have your phone, it's always handy, but it's better to actually look at what you're drawing, okay? And we talked about that. You should be looking more at your objects over here than your paper, okay?